Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. What we're going to do here is I'm on Symphony of the Seas, and I am going to show you all the breakfast options available for you so you can compare and contrast. So let's start out with the Windjammer. It just opened, so hopefully we can get it without any crowds, and I'll show you all the different breakfast options here on Royal Caribbean ships, and especially Symphony of the Seas. All right, as most venues have, a washy station. You have coffee station, and the layout here on Symphony of the Seas. Start off with your section here. Look at this. They got the special dragon fruit. Gotta try that. But your fruits and your typical breakfast things. Your danishes over here. You got bread over here. I mean, let's be real. Breakfast is breakfast, right? There are your toppings for pancakes. Here's the pancakes. And French toast. Look at that. If I was getting French toast right now, look at fresh off the grill, I would want my stuff hot. Of course, you have parfaits, muesli, and more toppings. You have your oatmeals, more toppings. Looks like this is French toast over here. We got pancakes and French toast in two different places, over here and over there. Of course, your oatmeal and grits. Let's not forget your smoked salmon and some of your danishes. So you have smoked salmon and cheese and luncheon meats or breakfast meats. More meats over here. Bacon looks pretty good. I'm not a bacon fan, but now they have pre-made fried eggs. They look a little sad this morning. Let's see, is it hot? It's not really hot over here. It's supposed to be hot. It's not hot. And that's an eggs Benedict you can kind of make yourself. And the next island, more of the same meats, and here's some hash browns, and then your hard-boiled eggs and your fake scrambled eggs. Look at this, roasted turkey for breakfast. That's for people on like a carnivore diet. They want turkey for breakfast. And then beans, corned beef hash, biscuits, buttery looking, all the bacon. I wonder how many pounds of bacon they make. So a lot of the same stuff on different stations. Here you have your sauteed mushrooms. Those are nice. And over here you have an Indian type. This is Indian. The sambar, lentil stew and vegetables. It's vegan. And here's a vegetarian. Upma. That's actually really good. It's like cream of wheat with vegetables. It's actually really good. I've had it before. And then here in the Windjammer, let's go back over here. You have your cereals. Not really good for you, but there's your freestyle Cokes. And of course, the Windjammer is the biggest place you can get main dining room breakfast, which we will show you briefly of that in a minute. Avocado toast, they have this every day. Different varieties. And here's another little salmon station where they're making it for you, the salmon on a half bagel. And some more breads. Here in the very back, which is your grill specialty station, what do they got here? Ooh, they got chocolate pancakes, waffles. Let me see what's chocolate pancakes. Oh, it's pancakes with chocolate sauce. How's that? You can also put of the, it's a Belgian waffle station. That's what it is. Hello. You are the Belgian waffle man. And then here, finally, I know you all been waiting for this. This is your omelet station. This is the omelet station, right?
Yeah.
All right. This is where you go. So make sure you go all the way to the back and you see the omelet station here on Symphony of the Seas. And then they put whatever you want on it. And then finally, and right now only one side's open, but there's two sides that will open. They'll both be the same thing. And then here are some pre-made omelets. Grab and go. Vegetable fried rice. Some congee, they call it. And you can make your little plate here. Look at that. Chicken, salsa. So as you can see, they have vegan, they have vegetarian, they have everything you could possibly want here at the Windjammer for breakfast. And more coffee stations. So, and then the views, lots of places to sit. So if you're in a hurry and you have a wide range of tastes, come on here to the Windjammer and get your breakfast. All right, on to the next place. Okay, the traditional dining, which is highly recommended for a more relaxing experience, and you make sure that the food is prepared perfectly as it is brought to your table, is the dining room. Now, on some days, they have a brunch menu. So we're going to just go over this brunch menu. And the only thing that's different with between lunch and breakfast is it's got a little bit of lunch options and a little bit of breakfast options. It's not like it's a special menu. So there's things that are normally on the menu for one or the other. And on today, it's a sea day, so it opens at 8:30. And so they have your typical starters, fruit plates, big granola parfaits, but they also got a cheese and charcuterie plate, iceberg wedge, baked potato soup, Caesar salad. That's from the pantry. And lunch, they have mains. They have roasted Atlantic cod, fried chicken and waffles, the Royal burger, steak frites, which is grilled sirloin topped with creamy béarnaise sauce, and served with fries, butternut squash risotto. Then they have breakfast favorites. They have the eggs, omelets, the classic Benedict, French toast, and pancakes. And that's pretty much it. And the juices and coffees. And then desserts. They have coconut layer cake, royal chocolate cake, key lime pie, ice cream. Notice one thing here they don't have when they normally have the breakfast is the Market Express breakfast bowl or the power breakfast or like the breakfast burrito type thing. So there are a few things if you really like the breakfast bowl. They don't have that at the brunch, but normally on the lunch, on the breakfast menu, they will have a few more breakfast items, but this is a brunch menu. And it's not really my favorite because if I want breakfast, I want the full options. So, but anyway, that's one of the options here. But definitely, main dining room, probably the best experience for most people, unless you have access to the coastal kitchen. But we will get to that. And on to the next spot. Your next breakfast spot is a grab and go and a popular spot for early in the morning. For coffee, they got your specialty coffees, is the Cafe Promenade. By the way, all these are included. There is no place for upcharge for breakfast on Royal Caribbean ships, except for room service if you have the full breakfast. But continental breakfast there is free. Let's go check out what they have here. And here on the, I'm just filming. You have your typical continental breakfast options here to go with your coffees. If you have a refreshment package or the coffee car, you can get your drinks here and you can get your coffees. But here is your typical options. They do have some of these little sandwiches here that you can get. Ham and cheese breakfast sandwich, salmon bagel, muesli, granola, and pastries. That's your Cafe Promenade. And of course, there is always, as we go over here, free coffee, regular coffee. If you want specialty coffee, there is a charge or use your beverage packages. But that is your Cafe Promenade. Quick grab and go. Okay, one of the breakfast options, if you're a Pinnacle Club member, depending on the ship and depending on the capacity, you will have your breakfast included in Chops Grill. Now, on this current voyage, they have advised Pinnacle members the breakfast for them is going to be at Chops Grill instead of Coastal Kitchen because there's a lot of sweet guests, so they're trying to make the experience pleasant for all. So Chops Grill is open for breakfast on select voyages, on select sailings for Pinnacle Club members. Normally it doesn't include breakfast for the general population. But what we do have on Central Park is the Park Cafe. It's one of my favorite spots, so let's check this one out. Okay, so Park Cafe is located right in the middle of Central Park, and for lunch, it's known for the Kummelweck roast beef sandwiches, but for breakfast, it has a whole array of hot and cold options, milks. Here's your oatmeal station, and you have your grab and go fruits. It's your typical pastries. But here, good morning, here you can have your breakfast burritos, scrambled eggs, pepper and cheese, and scrambled eggs con carne, mozzarella cheese, and then ham and egg and cheese breakfast sandwich. So there is ham, egg, and cheese. It's kind of like an egg McMuffin. Then you have sandwiches here, and they can press these to make them hot. Scrambled eggs, turkey sausage, scrambled eggs, peppers and cheese, and a vegan scrambled eggs. So lots of variety. And this is one of my favorite things here, the lox and salmon, whatever you call it, ham station with bagels. Various cream cheeses, they will make it for you. They will toast the bagels. They have different types of cream cheeses. And that is your breakfast at the Park Cafe. And don't forget your regular coffees you can get here for free. You cannot get specialty coffees here. But that is your Park Cafe. It's a great option if you're going to leave on an excursion and you want to get in and out early, quick. This is one of the options you can do. So let's go to the next one. Okay, one of your options most people don't know about. This is actually a really good idea for day one embarkation day lunch is the Solarium Bistro. A lot of people don't know it's here, but at lunch it's like a mini Windjammer, and at breakfast it's basically like a mini Windjammer as well. Dinner they have, it's all complimentary here. They have the same menu every night. It's a California type Mediterranean style. And on one side here you have your cold station, and it's, I know, like I said, breakfast is breakfast. I'm not going to bore you with the details. Recently they've been featuring these on the ships, these cream cheese cinnamon rolls, and they are really good. You don't see this one all, sometimes you see the same ones over and over. This one I don't think I've seen on the other breakfast items, but sometimes you have different things, but those are good. If you go to these, and these are all free. If you go to like 7-Eleven and get one of those, they're like $2.79. Here is your hot station. Look at that. Beautiful. Everything is so nice. Look at these bacons. Let's go look over here at these. And look at the eggs Benedicts here. These look a little more healthy than the ones at the Windjammer. But anyway, it's just vegetable fried rice and breakfast potatoes. Oh, yum, yum, yum. Love me some breakfast potatoes. And then roasted turkey. Who would have thought that would be on a breakfast buffet? And then your hash browns, corned beef hash beans, hard-boiled eggs. You know those are real eggs. Sausage. On the other side, they do have an omelet station. So they have a little bit different stuff on each side here. So on this side here, they got meats. Looks like prosciutto. There's your smoked salmon and your smoked salmon fixings. You have milks over there, some fruits, parfaits, the yogurt parfaits, your muesli, grab and go or make your own. with all the toppings, even flax seeds and walnuts. And then over here you have your omelet station. And then you have toppings, French toast, plain pancakes. They give you beepers to wait for your omelet, and you can put things on your pancakes. So there's your egg station. Looks like he's making an egg white omelet or something over there, but you have some grab and go. But look at that. You can get smoked salmon, tomatoes, peppers, whatever you want. There's those buttery looking biscuits and the gravy, the red-eye gravy. Very good southern dish. And this is your upma. It's like cream of wheat with vegetables and sambar. And then your grits and your oatmeal. And that is your Solarium Bistro. Nice and quiet, but it's basically the same as the Windjammer, just a mini version. And often they will do a chef's table on the center part here at night, depending on the ship. So that is your Solarium Bistro. Let's find another breakfast spot for you. Okay, so if you want to consider this a breakfast spot, it is actually an option for you. It's the Vitality Cafe. And it's mostly drinks here, specialty coffees and juices you can get for breakfast, protein drinks. You can also get smoothies here. And these are the items you can get for food. They have banana bread, and they have the granola bar, and those are very, very popular. They sell out, and they're free. But they usually have like a little layer of chocolate on the bottom, and those things are one of the hidden gems you cannot get anywhere else on the ship. It's the granola bars, but you can get your energy drinks and hydration drinks, specialty coffees here, and juices and smoothies and protein drinks. So that is another breakfast option for you. Symphony and most Royal Caribbean ships that have these on Oasis class. That's the Vitality Cafe. And certainly one of your other options is room service for breakfast. Now you get free continental breakfast. You got to leave one of the blue menus hanging on your door before 11 o'clock the night before. But for free, you can get continental breakfast, bakery items, cereals. Those are all free. If you want a full breakfast, then you do pay $7.95 per order though, plus 18%. So you can get breakfast items if you want for room service if you pay, but you can also get the continental breakfast, coffee, juices, pastries, yogurts, light breakfast cereals. You can get all that included. So breakfast option is available from room service. So that's something to consider. So you can just get it delivered right to your room. Okay, another breakfast option. If you are in a suite or above, like a grand suite or above, not a junior suite, but a grand suite and above, you can get breakfast here at the Coastal Kitchen. And also, if you're a Pinnacle Club member on select sailings, it is a key card entry. So we tap. But they have a typical menu for breakfast. There's only a couple of things different on their menu for breakfast, little variations of the same thing. But this is your Coastal Kitchen for breakfast. And there you go. That is suite guests, grand suites, and ups. So basically sky class suite, and then Pinnacle Club members, except for some voyages where they say Pinnacle Club needs to go to Chops Grill. So that's another breakfast option for you. So a couple of things I just wanted to point out. The different things on the breakfast menu is the Baja eggs. That's different. It's tomatoes, avocado, jalapenos, sour cream, and salsa. They have the frittata with feta cheese and spinach. They have the Mediterranean plate you can get with prosciutto and manchego cheese and some tomato panaquat. So that is basically the only things different on the breakfast menu at Coastal Kitchen. Okay, we have Another spot here that's actually my favorite for home style, home cooked breakfast. And it's also free. So let's check it out. Okay, well, this breakfast option may surprise some of you, but on Oasis class ships with the Johnny Rockets, they have included breakfast. And the hours vary depending on if you're at sea or at port. Today we are at sea, so it opens at 8 o'clock, so it's not quite open yet. But this menu is, again, typical eggs. You don't get all the pastries like you can at the Windjammer and the dining room and Solarium Bistro, but you can get eggs cooked home style. You get some different things here that you can't get anywhere else as the crew is setting up for breakfast. But let me give you an example of what they have here on the menu. Here is a look at the menu. They have, of course, good morning, and eggs, of course, is the main breakfast item. They have a veggie lovers scrambler, cheesy bacon lovers, the works, which is scrambled eggs with all kinds of stuff in it. The breakfast specialties. They have the breakfast sandwich, which is really good. The breakfast BELT sandwich, bacon, egg, lettuce, tomatoes. I love those so much. On sourdough toast. Of course, the pancakes and the French toast. Spoiler alert, don't get pancakes or French toast here. You can get the loaded potatoes. There are some additional things here, a little bit of extra, like $1.99 extra for the rocket loaded breakfast potato. You can get a breakfast burger for $4.99 and maple bacon shake for a little upcharge. But I think if you have a refreshment package, can you get the shake if you have a refreshment package?
For the breakfast? No.
No, not for breakfast. Okay, so only breakfast. You don't get the shake for your beverage packages. So that is a look at your Johnny Rockets. You can get like regular potatoes, some of your side dishes you can choose from. Sausage, smoked bacon, applewood bacon, an egg as a side, toast. But for the potatoes to be, for the upcharge, you get the loaded potatoes and it has cheese and bacon. So that is a look. And this is the BELT sandwich. Oh yeah, it's really good. I get like 2 of them. And if you don't like the bacon, just take the bacon off. Or you don't want too much bread, get 2 of them and put them on top of each other and make a double. So that is your breakfast at Johnny Rockets. And my opinion is this is more of a home-cooked breakfast, like a Southern breakfast. And don't get the pancakes or French toast here. That's just word to the wise. But of course, at lunch, it's open for the same menu with the burgers and all that. So that's an upcharge. But breakfast is included on the Oasis class ships and one of my favorite places to eat. And it's out here on the boardwalk on deck 6. Across from Playmakers on some of the ships. So that is your breakfast option. Good morning, Johnny Rockets. People may not know about it, but make sure you check the hours because if you were at sea, it's open at 8 o'clock. At port, it's open at 7:30, and it closes at 9:30 in port. It closes at 10 o'clock at sea. And try not to come here between 9:30 because it gets really crowded. So that is your Johnny Rockets breakfast. Okay, so another option here for breakfast is a Starbucks. And on some ships like the Symphony or Oasis class, they have a standalone Starbucks. So here you have to use a room charge for this, or if you have a Starbucks gift card, those are good here. Can't use your beverage packages here. And it's a typical Starbucks, and they have a small menu of items you can get, continental type stuff. So that is another of your breakfast options. Here's another breakfast option. If you are a Diamond member and up, you can have your continental breakfast in the Crown Lounge. You use your card, and it's an interior Crown Lounge, but it has your specialty coffees, and it has your typical continental breakfast. You have some pastries here. They do have the little raspberry Danish. Good morning. They have some salmon plates and some muesli, parfaits, cheeses, and of course, your coffees. So that's another option for you for breakfast, the Crown Lounge for Diamond members and up. All right, so finally, one of the options for suite guests and Pinnacle Club members is the Suites Lounge. It's adjacent to the Coastal Kitchen, and it's really not much more than the Crown Lounge has. About the same stuff, as you can see. Same stuff. And they have juices and, of course, your coffees. And that is another breakfast option. And I've actually counted 12 options for breakfast. A couple of them, maybe 3 of them, are for select guests, but that is your Suite Lounge. Another breakfast option here on Royal Caribbean Oasis class ships and Symphony of the Seas in particular. Well, we just went through 12 different breakfast options, if you can believe it. And there's a whole variety of things. There's a little something for everyone. And if I had to give my overall ranking of the top breakfast spot on Oasis class ships, I think for an overall experience, it's got to be the main dining room. The food always comes out great, hot, good quality, good service. It's nice, air conditioned and relaxed. It's not crowded. The Windjammer can be crowded if you go at peak hours. There's a lot of options in the Windjammer, but if you go during peak hours, it's pretty crowded and chaotic. I love the food at Johnny Rockets, especially the eggs and the different sandwiches they have there. But sometimes you're sitting outside and it's humid and there's not the whole variety of options you have there that you could get at the main dining room or the Windjammer. So hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up. And please subscribe to my channel if you're not already doing so for much more coming from another Royal Caribbean cruise ship near you.